Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome back to Angel Talks. It's been a while since I've been doing this series. Sure, I've done it in the past, but never in English. Like all the Angel Talks that I've done before have been in Spanish. But before we go into more detail about this one, let's welcome our guest today. It's Maxwell Frey. Faye.
Hi.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, guys. This is Last NASCAR Fan. You've known me from Twitter, Discord, YouTube. 351 subscribers. Go subscribe to my channel for diecast stuff. But it's a special honor to be on the StreamYard podcast with Angel. Thanks for having me on, buddy.
You're welcome. So, first of all, we have a comment from Lana Rauda saying, "Hello, boy. Have a great weekend." Of course, I'm gonna have a great weekend as well as my as my guest here. So, anyways, let's start with this one. This is a special stream on Jason Jacoby, which we already know all the problems. But before we get hardly into that, here's a story of how he started. But before we started, Lana Rauda, both of you, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything. So, anyways, let's start. So, Jason Jacoby, he's an ex NASCAR and iRacing streamer. He's considered an elder states part of the sim racing community because he's been for so long, like from the NR 2003 days of sim racing.
Yeah. From what I've heard, he was in a bunch of NR 2003 leagues, like way back in the mid I would say like mid 2000s, like 2005 to like 2010, kind of like when iRacing wasn't a thing until 2009.
Yeah.
Hey Travis.
Hey Travis. Hey boy. Very good comment. So he got famous on the internet because of a sim rig that he built. It was like 35 grand that he stuffed
Yeah.
into his room, and he would stream races. It was the rig
Yeah.
itself. It was uh, the whole roll cage part of a late model chassis, and he stuffed a seat in there. And he stuffed all his sim racing gear, two monitors, and he would also use like a VR headset, which was really unnecessary. And he had a custom fire suit that was for all of his social media accounts like Twitter and Instagram, and also Domino's Pizza, which he wasn't sponsored by Domino's Pizza. It was the minimum wage job that he worked at, and his channel got like 6,000 subscribers, I believe.
Yeah. From what I remember back in the day.
Yeah, and we were gonna have an interview with Dog Pound, which you've seen from my NASCAR Heat 5 season video that I did in the Cup Series. He hasn't joined yet. I don't think he's gonna join, but he was the old administrator from Jason Jacoby's old YouTube channel and Jason Jacoby's Discord server, which the Discord server was first marketed towards kids. And that is really,
How that went.
yeah.
Like how that was marketed. God.
Yeah. So, but more on that later. And then the amount of credit cards, like he said that it was a couple and a few that he used on credit cards and cash advances to fund his sim rig, and it was not worth what he paid for it. I mean, if you take a look for some guy like Austin Oganowski, for his whole set of tires was like 16 grand that he paid for that for to get into iRacing. And for what I heard, Maxwell, is that he thought that if he was pretty good on an iRacing car, he was gonna be perfect in a cup car. No.
Yeah, pretty much he like really went after, especially on iRacing. He thought he could be like the next, like before Ty Majeski was like a thing. He was trying to prove himself to be like the first NASCAR to NASCAR,
Um
but that never happened because of what we're going to get to eventually.
Yeah. And just to let you know, guys, any NASCAR fan with common sense knows that just because you're
But
good on
yeah,
a sim rig, that doesn't mean you're going to be good in real life. That's some sort of marketing that iRacing does. It is not real.
yeah, it's all about the talent. Doesn't matter how many thousands of dollars you put in. It's all about what your
Yeah.
skills are.
And now let's get into the reason why we're here. So first of all, let's talk about Mackenzie Gordon, she was also an admin on the streams that Jason Jacoby did, but she was mainly the admin of Jacoby's Twitch account, which I don't know if he had Twitch. I just discovered that.
Yeah, there's some forgotten social medias he has because no
Yeah,
one talks about. Most people just talk about his YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, but he never really posted much on like Facebook, like
or
before the whole what we're going to be getting into.
yeah.
I never looked at his Twitch as well because I didn't really discover Twitch until like sadly 2019. So I'm sorry to everyone. Like I'm not a noob. I'm a very newbie to Twitch.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't watch Twitch that much, but anyways,
Yeah,
Mackenzie Gordon, when she met Jason, oh boy, we appear to have a problem uh on the stream. Let me just oh, Maxwell is back.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just notifications. But
All right.
continue, Angel.
So yeah. So for Mackenzie Gordon, she met Jason Jacoby at 14 years old. I mean, and keep in mind that is a 10-year difference. Jason was 24 when this happened. I mean, nothing sexual happened that moment because obviously if it did, he would have been thrown in jail.
Not really. What happened was they were ordering pizza. She was with one of her friends and with her mom as well. They were getting pizza, and they both said, "Oh, this guy's really cute," and they didn't even know what age Jason was, so they just gave their phone numbers to their mom to give to Jason. That's kind of like how originally both Mackenzie and Jason met, was because of just them being 14-year-olds at that kind of age. Like the 14-year-old mind is like very, how should I say, a bit teenage like. It's still teenage like, so we're dumb. Like I was when I was 14, I had some dumb ideas. Like I did make some good, didn't make good choices, and like studying wise, like I didn't do like anything bad, but like our mind processes in the 14.
And in an interview with Austin Oganowski, she said that at that point, Jacoby he had everyone fooled. I mean, he was like God sent. I mean, he never. She says that he never cursed. That he was a Christian man. That Mackenzie's mother loved Jason, and with that, I mean, he had everyone fooled. And the worst thing is that, well, of course, she said that it didn't dawn at her at the time that the age difference was like the usual age is just a number thing.
Yeah, it was just a number.
Yeah, and then and now that she's a mother, she now understands that that is weird. Like it's similar to a cartoon that I watched, The Loud House. Clyde, one of the characters, which is Lincoln's friend, he has a crush on Lincoln's older sister, Lori, which the age difference is six years difference. And keep in mind, Lori, she's now 18 and Clyde is now 12, so it's kind of like that.
Yeah,
And
like continuing like that, like he was like he always smiled, like he always cared about Mackenzie. Like their first dates were like they would go karting at a local like go-kart track.
yeah, I mean, I never had a date. I never had a girlfriend, but if I met a girl, I would take her to the local go-kart track that's here in El Paso. It's like in Bobo's, El Paso place to pay. But I'm getting off track with this one. So
Yeah, it's all good.
anyways, Jason groomed Mackenzie until she was 17 to ask her out. Yeah, that's the true definition of grooming. I mean,
Yeah, like originally, like they just started hanging out
yeah,
as like friends, and it wasn't until like when she was 17 that, and when Jason was 27,
yeah, 27.
when he asked her
Mm-hmm.
all
Yeah,
like the go-kart stuff and working together. That's when they were just
yeah. That's when they started to head out. And when she was 17, she got pregnant from Jason, which we're gonna talk about their son, which is Carson Jacoby, if we can call it like that. But what Jason did, that's the definition of a pedophile.
definitely you can't argue with that.
Yeah.
And
I
like that was
mean,
really hidden from the community in a way. Like people knew eventually about Jacoby's son,
mhm.
but they kind of brushed it off. Like they didn't, like some people started suspecting him as a pedophile, but there
Yeah.
was just a bunch of people that are like, it's just a child.
Yeah, there were
It's
like
just his kid.
rumors. Yeah. There were
Like it's
rumors
there's nothing
that
about bad going on, so they just moved on. It wasn't until what we're getting eventually into.
yeah, there were rumors like yes, he was crazy, he was delusional for the whole for the whole iRacing thing. Yes, he dated his baby mama at a very very young age. But like you said, what we're going to touch here is it's really creepy. Like he said that that she shouldn't ruin Jason's online image, otherwise Jason would kill her. And that's when they decided to break it up. And she was thrown into a headache into a coma.
Yeah, like she was
Um,
thrown onto like the sim rig or something like that. Like
yeah,
Jason
it was
threw
kind of
her.
it was a roll bar.
Yeah,
Um,
she hit the roll bar of the
yeah,
sim rig, which
hospitalized.
she was knocked out,
Yeah,
but she
and
was conscious.
yeah, she was like, "Oh shoot, I have to get out of here."
Pretty much.
Yeah, and not only that, but she has a lot of evidence of Jason doing that. Like, she has proof of him sending pictures of his lizard to underage girls. That is realistically a felony. He went to jail for that, but more of that in a little bit. And he also tried to scam Joseph and Zachary Lombard, like the Lombard Bros, on some
Yeah,
sort of
it's a
settlement.
really weird story with that one.
Yeah, it was some sort of settlement that they received from their dad passing away. There's just a lot of felonies that are here, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. Because he went to jail in 2020 for battery,
Yeah,
and then all the charges that, and then on a court date, they just dropped all the charges that were thrown by Mackenzie, and eventually Jason was bailed out by his negligent parents.
pretty much. Hang on.
All right, all right. So yeah, already for what we have of the story, guys, is that Jason Jacoby was a former iRacing streamer. Then he got arrested for pedophilia and
I'll be back in a
just
second.
being all right, just being a bad person, like in a lot of ways. And then his his parents just decided to just bail him out. I don't know why. I mean, of course you have to contact the proper authorities, the Athens Police Department. He's from Athens, Georgia. that's where this story is happening, and it's still happening now because once Maxwell gets back, we're gonna touch on all the things that he has done in a sense. And yeah, that's basically his story right now. I'm gonna take this break that Maxwell just decided to talk on. So I'm gonna say to you guys, we're gonna have
All
a
right,
surprise
I'm
trivia
back.
between us two. But now that he's back, let's continue with the story. So Jacoby was bailed out by his parents, and then his original channel got deleted from YouTube because of all the things that happened, and then he came back in a new channel. He's still posting on that channel today. It's called Racing Jason Jacoby. Uh, I'm gonna modify the description of this video to leave a link to his channel so you can report it. So
Keep reporting it.
yeah,
Try putting like there's a few people like we'll get into more details of it, but pretty much for now report it, even though YouTube
yeah,
doesn't care at the moment, which is mind blowing. As well as his Twitter profile.
oh yeah, yeah, his profile. And now let's get into the real thing that's happening. So first of all, he started to make rants about trying to kill his middle school teacher for everything that is wrong. I mean, that's just psycho, man. And yes, that happened like a long time. That happened when he was in middle school. Just leave what's in the past back there in the past because there's always a future. But he doesn't want to capitalize on the future because now we're gonna get into the rants of this YouTuber, and for this YouTuber, you need some context. It's called Austin Oganowski. He's actually from Canada, and he worked he works still works for Project Cars, and well, with the studio that makes the Project Cars series. And he exposed Jason Jacoby for everything that he done, and Jason Jacoby just called what's the studio name, Maxwell?
I can't remember. But pretty much, yeah, what you were gonna say. Jason called he called Austin's boss and telling that he's been slandering him. And Austin, even though he exposed he wasn't slandering. So Austin was sadly fired from
Yeah.
his role with the development team for Project Cars.
Yeah, there's a comment that says that Austin Oganowski posted. It says, "Man, I thought this kid had issues when I called him in a race for driving like a moron and wrecking guys, and then I got a message at 3 in the morning of him trying to get me fired from a real life job."
Yeah, like Jason like really started to like go after people. Like if he would literally like try to get iRacers fired from their real jobs that they were working, all because of a stupid
Yeah,
iRacing event, which is
and that
ridiculous. I
happened.
mean, it
Yeah,
just shows like how his mind really started to go crazy as we're continuing on how it even got worse.
yeah, and it did get worse because I mean, you're not only affecting the livelihood but also their personal time because on their jobs they have to get fired because it is really hard to work an 8-hour job all 5 to 6 weeks to 6 days a week all the year. And it just made it worse with you're getting into this problem, and then you have to explain to your boss what the heck is going on. And now we're gonna get into the infamous rants about this other YouTuber, which is one of my personal favorites. So for some context, let's give it under it. Black Flags Matter, also known as Darian Gilliam. He's a NASCAR content creator which posts mostly bad seasons, championship seasons, and NASCAR bus videos. My first NASCAR bus video that I saw of him was Casey Atwood, and it was a pretty good video. So
Yeah, I
he
love his
exposed,
bus videos.
yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, you can say that.
Yeah.
He exposed Jason Jacoby in a video called "Jason Jacoby is a Monster," and after that, Jason just decided to go against Darren Gilliam. He first said on a video that he was threatening him of getting that video off YouTube. He even sent like a cease and desist letter, which was obviously ignored by YouTube. Thank you.
Yeah.
And he tried to sue him uh, for everything because there's no he doesn't have any case to sue Darian or Austin or even us because everything that us like four are saying and others in the community is 100% true. And there's this video where he said where Jason said this, that his lawyer quit it, and it was important to note that Mackenzie wasn't letting him see Carson. There's two things to note on this on that video. First of all, he said that his lawyer quit it for not obeying his rules. I understand it.
Yeah. No.
I feel
Yeah.
I feel bad.
I feel bad for every lawyer that had to deal with Jason Jacoby.
Yeah, there's no reasoning with him at all. And second, he talked about Mackenzie and Carson, just a bunch of lies. That him doing that in a video that actually breaks a rule of the bond agreement, which is to not mention Mackenzie in any form of social media. And because of that, he went to jail after that. And after those videos, he then started to do this rants video about him eating getting people to eat healthy.
Yeah, it's like
Those
veganism or whatever. It's nutrition.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that we don't. I mean, we don't want to be like Nicocado Avocado,
Yeah,
but we don't want to be all that vegan
but
like the vegan
you
teacher.
but you just can't make nutrition videos to distract the public when you're literally exposed for
Yeah,
both beating your wife as well neglecting your child, not paying your child support at all. Because we forgot to mention he also never paid his son's child support,
yeah,
which is
in
another
felony.
charge
Yeah.
that's against his bond that
Mm-hmm.
will be in the court on the 26th. Everyone, so don't forget 26th.
Yeah. 18 days.
I have the
So
countdown going.
yeah, me too. So in one of his videos, he said that he was gonna take matter into his own hands and cut off Dale Jarrett's hands because he used his hands to advertise Coca-Cola. I mean NASCAR can advertise whatever. Like drivers, even the team owners and some crew chiefs and spotters. We already know what Kyle Busch's old former crew chief on the video that they did promoting Eminem's Crispy, which was kind of Days of Thunder.
Yeah,
So
that was cool.
yeah, the NASCAR can advertise anything like drivers, crew chiefs, spotters. Everyone can advertise anything for NASCAR, and there's nothing wrong with that unless you're vegan. And second of all, he then decided to say that they also use those hands to flip off other drivers when their children watching. Jason, you already know that drivers are gonna flip off anything. Even Kyle Busch, who flipped off a NASCAR official in 2010, that's gonna happen every single race weekend. Just don't do it to the official.
It's just the nature of the sport.
Yeah, like then he mentioned in one of his videos that about Darren Gilliam, he said that the
Boy.
real monster was Kurt Busch because of radioactive. I mean, true. Kurt Busch was a radioactive monster. We can already say that, and he was the last guy that Dale Earnhardt flipped in Daytona in 2001. But you're the real monster, Jason. Like seriously, don't you realize what you did? I don't know if you, Jason, if you're watching this, Jason, I don't know if you have some sort of weirdness in your autism, or if you have a mental diarrhea, or simply you don't have a brain.
Yeah, we'll go into a little further detail on what people consider that he does have, which it's another point that'll come later in the podcast.
Yeah. So so that, and then he made a NASCAR influencer video saying that saying this. It was an interview. He said, "Jason, congratulations for this win! What an accomplishment!" And then Jason in his fire suit, in his Alverson's fire suit, he said this. Well, we already know, Jason. It's COVID season, and we still have to wear those masks, and we wouldn't use those masks if we didn't buy in a bunch of the places that are over here. Like, I need you to go to Smithfield and remember, buy my merch is not going to charity or anything, just to support me and my millionaire lifestyle. I mean, I know that NASCAR drivers, like a lot of them, like the big names, the Bush brothers, Kevin Harvick, all those names have millionaire lifestyles, but you don't have to rant about that, because he just basically rants about NASCAR drivers having millionaire lifestyles. Not everyone has that type of lifestyle. And he also said that we wouldn't use those masks if we just ate in those if we didn't eat in a bunch of the places that are in the fire suit. But come on, we already know that the COVID is happening because of what happened in China, not because of what's happening with our diets. Like, sure, we were not any careful with our medical situation in 2019 or 2018, but you cannot just say that it happened because someone ate a bat. And and we're starting to realize, if you're new to the situation, you're starting to realize that Jason's he's a sociopath, and he has some sort of schizophrenia, and he should not be in any social media at all. Like,
No, not at all.
there's yeah,
He
like he's aware that he's on social media, but he doesn't want to say the truth.
never wants to speak of the truth. He'll always give excuses of people are slandering him or this is not the truth. Instead, my truth is, I'm just going to put it this now, it's the charity water bullshit that he's been trying to say. Pardon my French.
Yeah.
But
And
we'll get into more details on that.
Mm-hmm. And that's not, I mean, YouTube and Twitter is not the only platform that I'm against him being in. He's still on iRacing, and I haven't done iRacing. I think I'm never gonna do iRacing because of the price.
I think he was banned off iRacing for good.
Yeah,
that was actually, but this was before. This was after he got re-released. Yeah. So he got banned off iRacing in late 2020, early 2021.
Yeah, and no, he came back in 2021, and it looked to me that he was gonna get off that sim because his mom had his sim rig on eBay,
as well as Facebook Market.
Yeah, but then he came back, and he just started to travel recklessly. In one of the streams, he said to one of the drivers that the wreck was intentional. It wasn't. Like, that was a mistake.
And we'll get into more detail on like why like he started to mentally why he couldn't even why he wrecked on purpose. Like, it's a lot. There's a lot more info going into that. We'll cover a little later.
Yeah, and we already know that he violated iRacing's code of conduct.
Yeah, by like a landslide.
Yeah, and we have to remember, iRacing is not the platform that is the best of reacting to their problems. Like there was a problem with the NASCAR Coca Cola series that drivers were lagged off and they were complaining about the internet connection, and then they got replaced. And there's this other problem that happened. It was for an IndyCar race during the COVID break that Scott Dixon got into a little bit of a feud, and he was going to get banned until Roger Penske got involved. So now with this, Jason Jacoby, ever since he came back from prison into iRacing, he started to drive recklessly, and especially because of a comment that there's on his website that says every penny should be paid. The story goes like this. His mom says, you're gonna cost this family every cent we have in lawyers fees." I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah.
And then Jason's response is, you should lose everything you have because you sent me to school with bullies. Okay. You didn't ask me, you didn't support me when I asked you for a racing career. Well, too
Boo-hoo.
bad.
Yeah.
And then he said, "You send me to mental homes when you're having the when you were having the breakdowns." No, 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 no. You are having the breakdowns with all the slandering you're
Oh
doing.
my. We're quoting Black Flags Matter during
Yeah.
William. This is
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, he recorded BFM, and he also recorded Austin Oganowski.
Yeah, and he
um,
still continues to do
yeah,
that, which
and
he's
then
just gonna continue to make himself a little cow.
and in 2021, his father passed away, and it looked to be COVID related. And
Yeah.
yeah, it is now his mother dealing with it with this. I mean, there's a huge problem with her. Uh, it's like Jason does something bad, and he gets like a prize from his mommy.
Yeah, she's a bit of a nutcase because I don't know if we should just already get this out, but apparently, like after going through more searches of Athens Clark County the police department for everything, well, because that's where Jason Jacoby's hometown is because he's from Georgia.
Yeah.
But regarding to that, the family has had a bit of a past of drug paraphernalia, so most likely like use of either methamphetamine or cocaine or something like that, or even marijuana, which both his other sibling, his brother, does. I'm pretty sure he does as well, and his mom uses as well. So that's like they're all three of them are literal nutcases that literally will block anyone on social media for calling out Jason Jacoby. Like I actually got blocked by her recently.
Oh boy, what happened?
I just DM'd saying your son's a fraud. He's going to be gone for good on the 26th from the NASCAR community. And then she just blocked me.
I mean, she just blocks everyone. And after what happened in 2021, he got into jail. He was charged with battery, and then he got charged for everything that happened on the bond. And then he got bailed out for Christmas, in time for Christmas. Oh
and
boy.
he was like bailed out. It was like a $10,000 bail. But
Yeah.
he had well, we're gonna state this right now, but his bond like state had a bunch of like requirements of like no posting on any social media whatsoever, no attacking Mackenzie, just pretty much don't do what you did in the past.
Yeah,
but
and
he still continued to do. He right away day one goes back onto his blog site, racingJasonJacoby.com, I think it's called, and he just started posting like anything, which began the the breaking of his bond, which still
Yeah,
continues.
and right now he has a YouTube channel. He has his new YouTube channel called Racing Jason Jacoby. He has been back like as soon as I believe December.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was December.
Mhm.
And he started posting like a lot of videos like trash talking NASCAR. And why would he do that? I mean, he usually said that he wanted to be a NASCAR driver, and he posts like 10 to 15 video. No, it's actually like 10 videos per day that he posts.
Yeah, he'll post like 8 to 10 videos in 24 hours. It's like the dude never gets any sleep because
Yeah,
he's on
and
drugs.
yeah, it looks. And he actually did. I commented on one of his videos, and I started commenting on one of his videos, and he replied to one of them. I think I'm gonna show them up right now. Like it is in this video called Chaz Thompson versus Kyle Busch. But more on that later. So he went back and he made this video saying NASCAR is stupid. I mean, he starts to talk in this southern accent trying to appeal to NASCAR fans, but
Yeah,
we already
appeal.
yeah.
It was he sounded like a complete idiot.
I mean, he is an idiot.
Well, yeah,
And
it made him more look like an idiot.
yeah. And then he made a video saying the following. He said that Darren Gillen was the pedophile. And there's a comment that says Darian didn't groom a girl at 14 when she was 14 and didn't impregnate that same girl when she was 17, which is true. I mean,
It was a good roast. It was a good roast.
yeah, it was a pretty good one. And there's another rose. I mean, he said
Delete comments. He started
yeah,
to like delete comments and like reply with fake stuff like saying none of this is true. Y'all are the instigators. Y'all are slandering me.
yeah.
Like this was before the charity water kind of started to happen, but probably everyone gets the point.
Yeah, we have this comment from Demand Rubio. Hello, bro. Hello, Demand. He's a pretty good
Well,
friend of mine. Damon Rubio. There you see the comment that appeared. So, anyways, so this next video, he said that well, he first he said that he didn't do anything wrong and Joseph Lombard did. I mean, we already know that the Joseph Lombard situation was absolutely disgusting. And
agreed. Yeah,
yeah,
once that was leaked in
yeah, Joseph
November,
did the
late
right.
October, early November.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
just gonna say this. I kind of cursed myself, but I was in like the second to last. Forgive me. I was in the second to last and Twisty 4 video because I was part of his Discord before it went down, and I was playing Among Us with him.
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
Yeah, I mean, it hurts for me what happened with Joseph Lombard. I'd made a video like in 2020, I believe,
Yeah, I think
explaining
I've
the
seen it
whole.
actually.
Yeah, it's in Spanish. I might do one in English, but I don't want to do anything of
I could
related
put
to
English subpar on or whatever.
Yeah, but that
It was
hurt.
a huge heartbreak for the community
Yeah,
because a lot of people loved him. I would say he was a really good NASCAR YouTuber.
yeah, and he created the Coral League, and oh boy, so yeah, about Joseph Lombard. He was my favorite NASCAR YouTuber until that happened, and he decided to make the right call.
Michael Marutz. They all distanced away from him,
Yeah,
which is kind of like the opposite of what we're gonna get to for Jason Jacoby with
yeah,
his quote unquote followers.
yeah. And then he said that Darren Gilliam was gay. What is this? What's with this homophobic rant? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're hetero or gay. You love who you love. And he also said that Jacoby isn't he said, I'm not a racist. I mean, Jacoby, you are a racist. He said the N-word, and he said it with the hard R with in multiple videos.
And eventually his more recent videos,
Yeah,
how he like it was like he was like he made like a stupid video of like how he hates how he like can't, well, I'm just gonna say this, he doesn't support the LGBTQ community, which I think is ridiculous
yeah,
in a way for people to not approve it, because like NASCAR's opening up their boundaries because it's diversity. What
yeah.
more do you want?
Like on the first episode of the NASCAR Hub, I explained that news about NASCAR joining forces with the LGBTQ community from California. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, he also he said, and also not in another video, like all these recent videos started ever since the holidays. So when he started to uh a rant about Darian again, I mean, Darian Gillen was just enjoying his Christmas, and he has to deal with that while enjoying his Christmas. I mean, and people say just ignore it. No, you cannot ignore it. This
No,
conduct cannot go unnoticed. I
it's
mean,
continuing. Yeah,
yeah,
he continues to break his bond even with those videos.
yeah,
And let's just say Darian gave him a good, I would say, scare and roast,
yeah,
as well as
and
Austin.
yeah, and with the whole charity water thing, he started in late 2021, and all the way going into this year, he started with this whole charity water thingy, and then he decided it was a good idea to go into the Dave Moody show
Oh God.
on Sirius XM. I also talked about that in NASCAR Hub, so I'm not gonna go like a full detail because I already showed
Yeah.
it on the show.
What's
What?
ridiculous was that I was listening into it and I heard Jason's voice. I'm like,
Yeah,
there's no effing way.
yeah. The first call was he Dave Moody's call said it was Jason from Georgia, which is obviously Jason Jacoby, and he started to complain. He started to say that the sport would be more legitimate. And the question that he asked, that Moody asked to Jason, is that what would you like to see do in NASCAR that they don't do anymore? And he started to deal with all this charity thingy.
Yeah, he just started to go way off topic about charity water, and it
Yeah,
wasn't even relevant or even on topic,
yeah,
which Dave Moody pretty much roasted him, which
yeah.
I laughed super hard. I had my earbuds in while I was listening, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm trying not to," because I was listening to it actually during my break
Yeah.
at my workplace.
Mhm.
I was trying not
And
to laugh so hard because like Moody completely roasted him, and we're
yeah,
gonna mention it again because it happens again and again.
yeah. He happened like 3 times.
3 times he impersonated Austin,
Yeah,
and
and the
then
first,
he impersonated Danny B, which we're gonna get into more on like
yeah,
the slandering, like how he continued. Let's actually slide off for like right now for let's go to like the slandering. So like Jason really started to slander a lot of NASCAR drivers. He slandered Dale Earnhardt Jr. a lot
mhm.
because he always tried to like he always DM'd him on social media begging for a ride. Never
um,
happened
yeah,
because Junior knew what was going on. Heck, even Hendrick Motorsports knew how bad Jason Jacoby was, and we're trying to make sure like he would never get into a NASCAR race,
I
even as a
mean,
fan.
yeah, I mean, it was like in 2016 when it happened.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, no, I would say that in those moments, like I would say that drivers that were in Hendrick at that time, like Casey Kane and Chase Elliott. They was like, what is this? What is with this guy? And obviously, Jimmy Johnson would just deny to mentor Jason.
Yeah, primarily. And then
Oh,
eventually throughout December, Jason would make just random driver rants on different drivers, especially I
yeah.
think he did one. Did Tony Stewart? I'm trying to remember as well. I think he did a Larson one. He
He
did Bubba
did.
Wallace
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Bubba Wallace.
He mentioned that Bubba Wallace and Darren Gilliam were brothers,
God, but
and he made like 3 rant videos on Jimmy Johnson, and he's trying to slander
yeah,
Eric Estep, which
yeah,
Eric Estep he
we'll get
didn't.
into that as well. Like the NASCAR YouTubers, like
Yeah,
not just Austin, Darian, and recently
yeah,
Danny B, but now he started to attack Jarrett Lundberg, um, Kamikaze Games, and and Elijah Burke. I'm like, these people had nothing to do with. So like, Jason's literally attacking anyone in the community. He's even attacking some of my friends on Twitter.
I
He
mean
hasn't come yet to
yeah,
the NASCAR anime community. Brought to
yeah.
you by Motorsports Fan 17. So yeah,
And he also he kind of attacked me in a comment like 2 days ago, which I'm gonna show you right now. This
right,
comment that happened, I tried to say the to just tell Jason to just tell the truth. And here's the comment. Here's the original comment. It says, "You should leave for everything you did. Don't even try to come at me. I'm half North American and half Mexican," which obviously you already know from a lot of my past videos because I upload videos in Spanish. So I ain't afraid of you. Come at me. What you gonna do? And then I replied to that comment saying, "I'm more mature than you, considering that I'm 18," which is a fact. And then he responded with all these lies. And so I could just say that he kind of attacked me.
yeah, that's definitely an attack, and that should be used as evidence against
Yeah.
again for his charge.
Yeah, I mean, just attacking some low profile YouTuber like me. I mean, I
It's
have like
ridiculous.
137 subscribers, but attacking someone with 137, that's ridiculous considering that. And
Yeah,
I sent to him like 4 audio messages
yeah,
on Instagram, just trying to tell him to just leave the
hmm
platform and all, and he just didn't listen. I mean, it's a good thing
yeah,
that he hasn't done an attack video.
yeah.
What I'm expecting is that he's gonna do an attack video on us after this stream.
I wouldn't be surprised, and we'll take his ass down. But let's switch over to. I forgot to mention another person that he also attacked that was trying to like somewhat comply with him, and that's Dustin McGee.
Oh
So
yeah,
people don't. So Dustin McGee, he's a very smaller YouTuber like me, but he has a little over 1,000 subscribers. I think it was like 1.2. So
yeah,
yeah, and what happened was like he's been like a little bit of like controversial in the NASCAR community because of like some of his ideals. But once Jason made a video about him trying to get help um from Dustin McGee, which Dustin McGee made a follow-up video. Like he made his own video saying like he had nothing to do with Jacoby, like he's never talked to him. And then eventually they did talk,
hmm
and then we told McGee Dustin the real story, and I'm just gonna say it made him ape shit.
hmm
He started like gathering the community. Like he's a bond dealsman, so like what he does is like he can legally like break into a house if someone's like violated their bond and arrest them. So what he's trying to do is like he's trying to like get a bonds license so he can go to um Athens, Clark County in Georgia and arrest Jason Jacoby in person, which if that does happen, I will be happier than
yeah.
I'll be happier than a puppy. But what
That's
I'm just
oh,
primarily trying to say is that like Dustin's gathering the community, like we're all gathering forces because we want to take Jason down for
yeah.
good. We want him gone from the
Mhm.
internet. We don't want to
And
see his face forever.
yeah, we
I
have
don't
this
want to
comment
kill him. We
from
don't want to kill him.
yeah,
We
yeah. We
want him
just want
out
to send him to
of the social media platforms, and we don't
and
want to see him for a very, very, very long time.
even if we can like gather forces to get him like a life sentence. Here's a comment from YouTuber 19 official saying, what the f Angel is speaking English." Yeah. Well, I'm speaking English. So going back to Jacoby, he for the YouTubers that he started to attack, you already mentioned Darren Gilliam, Eric Step, Austin Oganowski, and even me in a
Yeah,
comment. And and then he started to attack for some reason. Well, he said that in in a video about Michael Roots, he said that he was doing a good job, but but then he said at the end that it was a lie. It was doing a terrible job. I mean,
just leave him alone. Just leave
yeah,
Michael alone. Don't
yeah,
slander him because
yeah.
you're gonna get the Roots community upset. And right now on Discord, if you're not part of the Discord, Michael Roots for Michael Roots, let's just say we're gathering forces.
Yeah, I mean, for Michael Moore channel, I want to get into his Discord.
He's a really you can join his. He
Yeah,
has I can give you the link
yeah,
for his
yeah. We'll see.
Discord.
Yeah, have to
He's a
have him
cool dude.
soon.
I've
Mhm.
let's just say I actually had last year. This is off topic, sorry, but I had 4 of my intro ideas make it onto his intro, and they're pretty funny. 3 of them are actually 2 of them are Karen Bullsacks. One of them was a Natalie Decker, and the other one was the corn maze, which I think is my
Whoa.
most underrated one. But I think my favorite one was either the Karen at the Michael asking Karen Bolsack if
Yeah.
they sell NASCAR 164s at Target, or Karen Bolsack yelling at the restoration crew that's fixing Nashville fairgrounds.
Oh yeah, that one is funny. So
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. So coming back to Jason, he started to then he started to attack Jared, who is also known as the Iceberg.
Jarrett Lumberg.
Yeah, Jared Lumberg. His last name is really difficult for me to pronounce.
Oh
So,
yeah,
anyways,
also Cody Workman as well.
yeah,
I forgot to
and he also
mention
did.
him.
Yeah, he also did a video called Brock Beard. We're actually gonna watch that video. I'm gonna
I
show
did
you.
actually watch that today,
Yeah.
and I was very mad because
Mhm.
like I forgot to mention he slandered Brock Beard.
Yeah, so we're gonna show to the audience this video about Brock Beard, so
Oh,
you can
shut
get.
up, dogs!
Hey friends, this one is dedicated to long-time NASCAR fan Brock Beard. His name, buddy. It's Trash Car. So I saw you were celebrating Let's Go Brandon, and that's a sign, bro. That's a sign this whole thing is going to be turned upside down. Let me tell you why, all right? You see that lady or that man in the thumbnail? That's who Joe Biden, yeah, Let's Go Brandon, has elected as some type of health official or doctor. Do you see this? That's not a doctor. That's someone who's going to administer hormones to change children's sexes. See, this whole country is trash. And I'm honestly thankful to not be a trash car driver when they're still honoring the
Time out on this video. So he first mentions that he he wants about those hormone changes for to change children's sexes. That's absolutely disgusting, man.
It
Like,
truly is. It's
yeah,
very gross.
yeah. And second one, he called the United States of America a trash country. I mean, I
It,
know that we
you
have
can argue, kind of, yeah, in a
and we
way
have
where we're corrupt,
yeah,
political system's corrupt,
yeah.
but I
I
don't want to get
mean,
too political.
yeah. Let's not get too political. But that's like all about that we have for this part of the video. But continuing on, it gets worse.
Yeah.
The American flag. They serve a flag and not the creator of the entire world. No, that's sick and ridiculous. I don't pledge allegiance. I don't put my hand over my heart. I didn't do that when I went to Atlanta in July. I've been received enough rough treatment in this country, and it's not just about me, it's about everyone in this country who's constantly oppressed. That's why I'm trying to make it the Charity Water Cup series. But Brock, there's another thing you need to know. Again, I'm straight. I believe God can make anyone straight. The gay friends I have, they still message me, and I say, you have to love God more than you love me. And I will not lie. When these friends ask for gay sex, I didn't give it to them. They got vicious. But they still come back from time to time, and I say, love God more than you love me. I love you, brother, but love God more than you love me, because I will never do that gay sex stuff. So again, I love everyone, but you can't allow things because, again, Trash Car, if you turn on the gay agenda that you just allowed in, watch, they'll viciously So we need God's spirit. It needs really the healing solution is turning back to God holy. Whole heart, make the bones good, like the Maren Morris song. From the bottom up, your foundation has to be God, God of Israel.
Okay, so just finishing that video off on its entirety. I mean, he first talks about he talked about Brock Beard being all trash and all. Then second of all, he mentions this homophobic rant. Like again, he's homophobic and he's showing it. And we all know that the inclusion and accepting the gay community is obviously the trend of the future, and he's just starting to trash talk the association that NASCAR did. And then finally, he mentions that about the LGB coin situation with Let's Go Brandon. I mean that Let's Go Brandon situation, the LGB coin cryptocurrency. I mean that situation in its entirety, it's a little weird and sketchy to get up. I mentioned it on my recent live stream, the stream that I did on Thursday.
Yeah, it's really it's now very I'm actually kind of happy that NASCAR is starting to ban political sponsors.
Yeah,
because we just want to keep politics out of NASCAR.
Yeah,
I don't care, like, even if it's like, I mean, sure, like, people will argue, like, oh, the Trump cars were made into diecast. Why? Well, that was because it was the presidential election, which allows, because of the GOP, because they allow the funding if you, like, do the paperwork or something. It's like if you do the paperwork, like, that's how you got the political sponsors, because that's what they did in both 2020 and actually 2016, because I remember Premium Motorsports did the Trump car, and like Woody Pitkat drove like a Hillary Clinton modified. But I'm starting to get a little off topic about that. But you get the point.
Yeah, we already get the point. So next up, he also started to he made this video called Chase Elliott's Butthole Number 2.
God.
Oh, that's just
It's already
weird
gross
to say. That's gross to mention. That's like looking up OnlyFans of Nicocado Avocado, which is
don't even.
And then he said in this video, Mackenzie Laney Gordon, my son has diabetes. I don't believe it. And of course, breaking the bond again.
Literally, like every video he makes, violates his bond. So he's already violated his bond way over, I'm gonna say 500 times now.
Yeah. And for the worst landering that he did to any YouTuber was slap shoes, because you don't mess with slap shoes.
Oh yeah, you don't. I haven't heard the follow up. Kamikaze Games hasn't made a video yet about roasting Jason Jacoby, but yeah, slap shoes. I don't know if slap shoes made a video yet, but I think he commented though, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be making like a part 4 of the worst liars, thieves, and lawyers, and he's gonna
Yeah, and he's
include
going to
Jason
include
Jacoby there.
yeah, Jason will be on that list as well as I wouldn't be surprised, and the LGB coin, but we're getting a little off topic there.
Yeah. So and finally we're gonna get into another YouTuber like Super Guggen. He makes NASCAR song videos. He makes like NASCAR musical videos. I love the musical videos that he does like Cup Story and 50 Ways to Lose Your Ride. You Can't Turn Right, and the most recent is called Mr. Larson Man. Like all these music videos are recaps of each season starting in 2007, and he even did one for the NASCAR Pro Invitational iRacing series, which was really funny, especially on the first Homestead race, which was when Jimmy Johnson lost his password, come back and wrecked the field. But anyways, he also made a slandering video about him,
Yeah.
and now we're getting into our final bits here, and let's start with the second time that he called Dave Moody on a Sirius XM radio. So he called by the name of Austin from the state of Nevada. So he used
Austin
Austin's name.
Ognowski, pretty
Yeah,
much. He tried to impersonate himself as, sadly, Austin Ognowski, which
yeah,
I feel bad for the dude. Like, dude lost his job, and he can't do anything because he can't afford enough to literally sue the crap out of Jason Jacoby,
yeah.
which,
And he used the state that Darren Gilliam lives. He's from Nevada,
well,
and
yeah, he's from Nevada, but he moved to Kentucky, I think,
yeah, I think it's Kentucky. So
or Tennessee. I can't remember.
yeah, so he made that trying to impersonate Austin Oganowski, and then at the end he says, "Hi, this is Jason Jacoby," and he just and then the audio fades out because Dave Moody just decided to just ban him off the show. And Moody said that Jacoby has a lot of mental health issues that he needs to deal with, and
Yeah,
that's about enough to say the least, Dave.
pretty much. And like, eventually, kind of like, we didn't say this, but after the first time Jason called in, Dave Moody like went to Twitter asking the whole entire NASCAR community who the hell Jason Jacoby was, and we pretty much gave him the rundown to give him the basic understanding, and he was banned in a way
Yeah,
because he kept calling with different numbers,
and he
which is
also
ridiculous.
yeah, and then his third call. I didn't heard about the third call. I think I'm gonna.
I saw the video. It's very faint though. Like, you can't hear a lot because like,
Yeah,
what he tries to do is like, he calls in as impersonating as Danny B. So he's calling in as Danny from Tennessee.
yeah,
And what happens is like, the audio cuts in and out and Dave can't hear him. And Dave pretty much roasts the crap out of him, which made everyone laugh.
yeah. Speaking of Danny B, the first video I saw from him was the rise and fall of DEI.
Yeah, I
And
like that video. Probably one of my favorite one would probably be his it was his I think he I like the Red Bull racing into BK racing. That's one of my favorite videos of all time because I just like how it transitions the scenes from him drinking a Red Bull and then he grabbed Burger King.
And we have to remember, Burger King
Whopper.
was not a
who doesn't love a good Whopper?
Yeah, and we have to remember, BK Racing didn't stand for Burger King because the last NASCAR driver to be sponsored fully by Burger King was Tony Stewart. It's kind of like Bob
it was more of
Jenkins.
it wasn't a primary sponsor. It was more of like I think it was like a secondary.
It was a third.
It was like a third, like, because like Burger King only ran for like a couple of races in 2011, and they just technically backed out. It was just Rob Devine because he was a franchise owner. We're kind of getting a little off topic now, but pretty much that's the point of the whole Jason Jacoby calling in the third time. Like, audio was like very faint, and Moody roasted the crap out of him.
And if he makes like a fourth call, like trying to impersonate me, he's gonna be like, "Hi, I'm a Mexican guy that hates NASCAR." Ugh.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll be in. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to remember 18 days. And one of the final things that I want to talk about Jason is that he started to make these rants videos about Dale Earnhardt and then one of Atlanta. Like the Atlanta one is called Atlanta Motor Snooze Fest. I mean, we know Atlanta got a little bit boring in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, but it's now going to change. Well, I saw Ross Chastain's video on him testing the new Atlanta surface, and it looks the same. The track looks the same, just with steeper banking in the corners.
Yeah, it's gonna pack more as like a super speedway
Yeah,
kind of idea. But we're kind of getting a little off topic.
and so he made that, and he also made like 2 videos on Dale Earnhardt. And
Yeah, he said like he was drunk, like he accused him of like always being drunk, using his stupid redneck impersonation, which he looks like a complete jackass.
Yeah,
when he's doing it.
Yeah, we all know. I mean, it kind of looks like he's drunk when he was driving. Oh boy, we apparently lost him again. Like the 3rd time we just lost. So yeah, if we lose them all together, okay, there it is. Maxwell's back. So he's back. He's out again. So like I was saying, yeah, okay, he's back. So about the Earnhardt, again. So about the Earnhardt, it looked like he was driving drunk, but no, he was driving really aggressively. Oh, we have to put Maxwell back in the.
Yeah.
There it is. You're back. Oh, he's out again. What is going on? So, anyways, about the Earnhardt, I know he was like, he kind of drove like he was drunk, but he wasn't drunk. I mean, Dale Earnhardt was just aggressive.
Yeah, that's what he did. The same thing when he slandered Junior as well. Like he tried to use his redneck impersonation, his stereotype.
And that's that. I think that's about it for Jason Jacoby. There's still more that is going to be going on until he comes into his court date, or until he attacks me in a video, which he already did in a comment. But the moral of this story is that you don't have to be a stupid idiot. Oh, holy crap! We're losing him. So like I was saying, the moral of this story: don't be an idiot.
Sorry.
Don't be. It's all right. So, like I was saying, with the moral of the story: don't be an idiot. Don't be stupid. Don't be a pedophile. Don't do anything, because he said that Christmas was a complete joke, which it isn't.
Yeah, primarily just don't make stupid choices that'll impact your life later on in the future.
There's a quote that Darren Gilliam said in one of his videos. He did it on the Rob Moroso video. If you play stupid games, you're gonna get stupid prizes. And
yeah, that
Jason
was
Jacoby's
pretty
prize.
Funny. He said like he compared Jason as like a mall Santa.
Yeah,
that was like a good creepy.
Yeah,
joke.
That was a creepy but good a good roast, and
a good creepy roast.
Yeah, and another good roast is that for Jason is when he did another slander video on Darren Gilliam. Someone just commented saying, "Boy, you sure showed him with your 15 FPS camera."
And then someone like said like, who uses a flip phone in 2021? That was like last year in December.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video, guys. That's Maxwell. That's Maxwell Fay. I'm Angel Rhoda, and you made it to the next play.
Yep. Have a good one, folks.
You too.